It was May of 1997. He and I had an early morning breakfast because he had to be go to school that morning to teach, and we talked about him running for city council. And I thought Mark was going to be an outstanding council person. He was laid back, he was so quiet, he was so refined. I figured, boy, he would fit in perfect with the old timers on the city council.
There's no question that Meriden needs teen activities, and what we have right now probably isn't enough. The question then becomes, how do we go about doing it in the most cost-effective manner?
The 2 years that we spent together on the council before Mark became mayor were an interesting time. They were a time when I think many people in the city grew to recognize that a change was needed.
I think the political situation when Mark decided to run could be best described as confused. There were a lot of people who felt that the city manager should be running the city. There were others who thought that the mayor should be running the city, and some people felt the council should be running the city.
So it was a natural when Mark actually wanted to retire from politics with his dissatisfaction with the city council. We interviewed him at my house, and it was just great to see this young boy that used to pump gas, that was mature, college educated, had an enthusiasm for Meriden that a lot of people hadn't seen in a long time.
I think that we needed somebody fresh, and he had that freshness. He was a counselor for 4 years, and at that time the Republican Party offered him an olive branch to run with the Republican Party. And Mark came in at a time where I thought it just soothed over everything, and he was the right man at the right time.
As a family, we grew up always supportive of each other, so no matter what anyone in my family sets their mind to, I'm going to be supportive of them, just like my brother's going to be supportive of me. But with that said, no, at first I think we thought, what is he thinking? What is he thinking? And I remember saying, I don't even know who it was, maybe to my mom or my dad, saying, look, no matter what, if we start working, and Mark's going to come around and he's going to work 10 times harder. And here we are, we were starting to give of ourselves and our time to his candidacy to run for mayor, and next thing you know, Mark was working 3 times harder than we were, and it showed.
I would estimate over his 3.5 terms as mayor, I've probably put up 450 big signs, and as far as the little signs go and the WW elect benigni signs, there has to be at least 1,000, if not more.
Mark was talking about the things that he could accomplish in the city and things he thought could be done differently, and had this passion, and we were saying, go for it, Mark.
When Mark ran for mayor, I think there weren't a lot of people that thought he could win, but most importantly, he thought he could win. He's always had that inner confidence, and certainly his close friends and his family members had that confidence with him, and because he believed that he could win, we all began to believe too.
On November 6th, the voters will have a clear choice. The choice will be to vote for change, to take the courageous step that the Firefighters Union already did. I can tell you that I will be honest, that my door will always be open, and that your concerns will be heard. What I can tell you is that I love this community, I believe in Meriden, and I think if we all come together, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, it just doesn't matter. What matters is the person that you vote for. Can you believe them?
I think the climate changed the moment that Mark ran for mayor.
The city needed a leader. The city needed somebody positive who could motivate people, inspire them, and Mark provided that.
Well, Mark really took over during a time of divisiveness, and his style is inclusiveness and working together and teamwork. So he brought those values with him as mayor.
I think part of his legacy will be that he really did reinstill some pride in Meriden.
Mark instills in a lot of kids and a lot of youth is that excitement about being involved in the process and about coming out to vote.
He does get people really excited about, you know, a project or an event or just things that are going on in the city.
Mark was actually one of the reasons that I decided to run for office.
I really think he has a genuine care and concern for all of our citizens, and he's very enthusiastic about moving the city forward in a positive direction.
I think a lot of distrust has been erased and trust has came forward, and Mark has always advocated diversity throughout our city.
He was as comfortable meeting with a governor or another mayor or the attorney general or whoever at the state level as he was with going to a YMCA board event and playing a pickup basketball game with kids.
The big thing about Mark was he would always get back to the person that asked him a question, and that's what I liked about him. If someone asks something of you, they expect an answer and a very reasonable amount of time. So Mark was very conscientious about getting back to the public and serving the public.
He's genuine and he's real. There's no pretense about him. Who he is and what he says is exactly who he is and what he feels.
It was always an honor for me to introduce Mr. Benigni at some of the events that I hosted or was mistress of ceremonies. I was always proud to be able to say those words and introduce Mayor, City of Meriden, the Honorable Mark Benigni.
As a lifelong resident of Meriden, I am inspired by our past and excited about our future. Amy and I are proud to call Meriden home. Today we celebrate our bicentennial, our 200th birthday. Even as we look back with pride, it remains important for us to continue to look ahead and plan for future generations. My daughter Bria is here today, and we need to make sure that this city is good for our children and that the same opportunities that we've experienced, the same proud memories we have, our children and future generations have here in the city of Meriden. Happy birthday!
He brought to Meriden a sense of energy and integrity that I noticed almost immediately when he became mayor. He listens to people, and most of all, he shows them a sense of honesty and caring. And he makes me proud to be in politics.
There's no doubt Mark is a homegrown person here. He grew up in Meriden, went to schools in Meriden, and as he got into the position, he felt it was necessary for people to have contact with the mayor's office and the city council's office.
And he's accomplished things such as having the Spirit of Meriden Award for people in the community. And also we went on diner tours throughout the community, and that was to bring people together.
And his vision was that, he wanted Meriden to be, what it's now starting to become, something that he can be proud of.
When Tony Tomasetti asked me to say a few words about Mark Benigni, I thought about, should I talk about his integrity, his passion, his energy, what he's done for the city of Meriden. And I thought about it. I said, what does Mark mean to me? What Mark means to me is I could stop by the mayor's office, or I could call him on the phone and ask him for advice. And I knew when I put the phone down or walked out of his office that he headed me in the right direction. Mark has headed many of us in the right direction. He's headed the city of Meriden in the right direction. And for that, I'm grateful.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants to say thanks to. Yeah, this is my
Now that he's not going to be campaigning, I'm going to retire. No more signs going up, no more signs going down. And hopefully, when I call him, he'll return my calls.
There just wasn't enough time in the day for Mark to accomplish everything he wanted to, and he wanted to be a good dad and be good at his job. So I think this decision that he made to be principal will give him more time to spend with the family, and my daughter Bria and Blake will be, and myself will be very happy.
I would basically like Mark to know that no matter what he does, we support all his decisions and we will always love him. It doesn't matter if he's mayor or not mayor, we'll always love him. And that we really do appreciate all the memories he has given us throughout the years. This has been a great experience for everybody. It has definitely been a family thing, all the events that we've been to and the ongoing. And now he's going in another direction. And I know that we feel good that he's been able to help Meriden reach their goals.
There you have it, folks. Now it's my honor to introduce Mark Benigni, our mayor, our friend. Come on up, Mark.